very specifically in the church. I grew up in a denomination that almost idolized marriage, not because it is a wonderful thing. Don't get me wrong. It is a wonderful thing, but it made it to where a woman's identity was solely tied to that goal. There wasn't a lot of emphasis on identity finding, on being secure in who you were, self worth, detached from don't do the things that's gonna send you to hell. Because I grew up holiness Pentecostal, so
Same.
there
First
wasn't a
verse.
lot of investment on who do you want to be, not even just outside of marriage, but outside of anything. Who do you want to be as a person in the world? What mark do you want to make in the world? What story do you want your life to be able to tell once you're gone? I didn't see a lot of that. We didn't have a lot of that. And so I too fell into the category of women that made it a fairy tale, right? That was the ultimate goal. I could not wait. Because of how I was raised, I couldn't even go to prom, right? So it was like a major emphasis on I cannot wait until I get married, until that is like the pinnacle, right? So much so that there were things about myself, about who I would grow to be, who I would love to be, who I have become that I wish I would have invested the time to discover way before I met my husband. We come into this idea often that marriage makes us whole. But the truth is, the best kind of marriage or the most successful marriage is when both people come in whole. And it's not broken fragments. And
Mhm.
sometimes, as women, especially if you come from certain trauma narratives, you don't realize that when you carry those pieces into your whole space, it's doing nothing but ripping it apart and breaking crevices and opening up spaces really for the enemy to come in and divide. And so I think that I wish back then I would have been able to beckon, but here I am now saying it is so important to live and to discover who you are, what you want before you're attached to anything. I love my children, and I know we'll get into motherhood later, but there were so many things that I didn't realize that you don't just give up sleep. We kind of anticipate that, oh, you'll invest a different level of time, but there was a mental capacity and emotional capacity that I wish I would have really just refined very differently before I was spread in so many other places, working and being a wife and being a mom, and then even trying to become the person that the Lord wants me to be as well. I wish even I would have put that first, in my younger years before I attached the mantles and assignment of my husband, of my children to my life. There is a lot of me that would advise single women, figure out who you want to be in the natural, but also find who you're meant to be in the spirit before you acquire another assignment. Being married is an assignment. You carry your husband's mantle very differently. You will carry the assignment of your children until they're old enough to realize who and what they are called to be. If you are not secure in who you are, in the assignment that the Lord has placed you on the earth, what you'll find is that those lines will begin to blur, and you'll find yourself in multiple mini identity crises, right?
Whoa, you're saying a lot. Wait a minute.